They say a house remembers. The blood made dry, the furniture replaced. But walls listen. And on West Derby Lane, the walls won't let go of what happened inside. I am Detective Drayk, and I've walked through a lot of crime scenes in my years. Scenes where monsters wore faces that smiled at breakfast. But this one, it's the first time I saw seasoned officers step out to cry. Not just tears, we're talking full collapse. I stepped into the Derby house 11 minutes after the first unit cleared it. 2 floors, 4 bedrooms, 1 backyard with toys still rocking in the wind. But inside, it wasn't just death, it was performance. Whoever did this wanted to send a message, and not to the family, to us, to me. The bodies were arranged. Father, mother, 2 kids. Not just placed, posed. Like mannequins frozen mid-meal, eyes pried open, mouths smiling unnaturally wide. The smell of bleach fought the stench of blood like a sick perfume war. That's not rage, that's choreography. And then I noticed it. On the table, a glass of milk, untouched. Beside it, a tiny paper crane. Origami, white, perfectly creased. That's when my pulse slowed. Because 2 years ago, in a case that never made the press, we found the same crane inside a dead girl's mouth. This wasn't random. This wasn't new. This was someone we'd missed. I took a long look at the kid's room. Bed untouched, closet door half open, and scribbled in crayon on the mirror. I didn't want to do it. Not they. I. Which means someone was manipulated, or someone's fractured. Now I want you to pause here with me. We're not just looking at a massacre. We're looking at someone who needed us to see this. So, what do you think? What are we missing? What's the one detail that doesn't belong? Drop it in the comments. I've got my theories, but your instincts might surprise me. And I always keep notes. Back to the scene. Forensics said there were no forced entries, no signs of struggle. So I asked, who could come in unnoticed, unfeared? A neighbor, babysitter, or worse, a family member? And when I flipped through the family photos on the mantle, that's when I froze. In all of them, vacations, birthdays, even school events, one face was always slightly out of focus, like the camera didn't want them there, and that face didn't belong to the Derby family. I ran it through our system, came up empty, but I've seen those eyes before. In a psych ward, the mother's sister had a child, institutionalized at 14 after what they called an unfortunate incident at a summer camp. That child would be 22 now, and guess what? She was released 6 months ago. I traced her last known address to a halfway house 2 blocks away from the Derby residence. No family visits, no job, just silence. But here's the thing. There was no record of her ever checking out, which means someone helped her disappear. And the cherry on top, that same type of paper used for the crane. It's issued in the art therapy wing of her former facility. Funny how the system can lose track of people trained to hide. Now if you're thinking, Drayk, why are you telling us all this if the killer's identity is nearly confirmed? Well, because there's one more twist. The Derby family wasn't the target. A letter arrived at the precinct 2 days later. No return address, no fingerprints, just 6 words. That was the wrong family, sorry. Yeah, let that sit. Now, if I've earned your respect, and you're not just here for the horror, do what you'd do if you saw me walking a dark alley alone into hell. Watch my back, hit that little badge, some call it a subscribe button, and stay sharp. We've got more nightmares to solve, because monsters don't hide under beds, they make them.